Hi, I am Abhimanyu Bisaria. So by now you would have learnt a lot about UPSC preparation, and by now you would have known the sources that you need to have in civil services preparation. Say for example, if you talk about polity, you know that you are supposed to read Indian polity from Lakshmikant, from Subhash Kashyap, from D.D. Basu and other such sources, as well as Bayer Act. You would also know that for geography, you need to read it from Khuller, you need to read it from NCRTs, you need to read Goshen Leong for that, you need to buy Orient Longman Atlas, you need to buy Oxford Atlas. For history, probably you need to read Bipin Chandra, Satish Chandra apart from NCRTs, and you would have such knowledge from across the subjects of the syllabus of UPSC. But at the same time, there is one subject for which there is no clarity or very little clarity, if any, available to you. That subject is ethics, isn't it? Do you know which book to read for ethics very precisely, or have you seen the toppers answer in a unanimous manner that from which book are you supposed to read? You don't find so. So why is that there is no unanimous approach even when toppers are being asked? They might tell you the strategy to work for ethics, but nevertheless they would not be able to tell you one single source, more often than not, though there are few who can tell one source, which probably we'll be discussing today as well. At the same time, the other thing is that this leaves you with no singular method of preparation of ethics. Now let us understand that why is this happening, because this is a very important thing. In order to understand the same, I need to ask you certain questions. Please be with me and answer these questions as you listen to them. The first question is, did you ever have any paper on ethics in your school? Think and answer. Now do not say moral science. Moral science was anything but science. It was not developed in a scientific manner. Though it did talk about strengthening the value system, it did tell about what are good values, what are bad values, why stories and all, like Panchatantra Kahaniyas, but nevertheless, it was not a scientific discipline developed in order to equip you to fight the real moral battles of your life. So there was a reference, you can say, a part of ethics, you can say, but ethics as a subject, think over it. Have you ever read it? Alright, so you had not read it. Nobody in Indian school system had that ethics paper. Now let me talk about your college education. Did you ever have ethics in your college education? Now again, do not answer that I had business ethics or I had medical ethics or other such ethics, in which basically a broad category we can divide it as professional ethics. So if we see and understand, it was not there even in your college times. So if we want to understand, there has been no formal subject called as ethics that has been there in the Indian formal education system, right? Which leaves us to worry for one more thing, that in case if this was the case, that ethics was not there in school, ethics was not there in college, then what was the need for UPSC to introduce it? So let's see this as well in a jiffy. We'll just have a look why civil services in civil services examination UPSC had to introduce the UPSC paper. For this there were two major reasons. The first reason was that globally people were getting more aware about it. The considerations and the criticality of ethics in administration was realized by different nations, especially the developed countries. And it was noticed that with the increasing awareness and increasing focus on ethical and moral conduct of a civil servant or ethical or moral conduct of a bureaucrat, there is a great chance and there is a great likelihood, which are also shown in certain surveys, in certain observations which were made, that the administration tends to improve. Once we get into the course, we'll also understand it via the help of the classical debate that happened. Basically the seeds lie there only. But at the same time, it was seen that the administration is benefited hugely when we focus on the ethical conduct of a civil servant, which started with the Nolan Committee, if you know. Anyway, if you do not know that, it's not a problem. But all in all, globally, the nations were getting aware of the same. India has to be aligned in the same line. Why? Because it is a right practice in the right direction to be introduced. So you can say in a manner a right step in the right direction. The other reason was, especially in the light of the Second Administrative Reforms Commission's report, was that there is an erosion in values of the bureaucrats. There is an erosion of values in the civil servants who are serving currently. So that raised huge concerns regarding the kind of conduct that a civil servant should have. Now that meant it is very important to check the moral carriage of a civil servant, because if moral carriage is not checked, then people might falter on ethical grounds. So that this was the other reason why in civil services the ethics paper was introduced. So UPSC did the same by introducing a subject called as ethics to examine the moral fabric of the civil services aspirants, as well as the attitude and approach towards the service itself. Why? Because the service in itself is inherent with certain values like integrity, like dedication to public service and other such things, where where the civil servants or would be able to benefit the people only via those values. If they do not have those values, like can you imagine a civil servant without having integrity? It's a very risky place to even imagine. So that is what was happening. That is still happening. I'm not saying it has taken care of the whole scenario completely. Nevertheless, it's a good start. Again, a right step in the right direction. So that's how the ethics paper was introduced. Now you need to understand the importance and the criticality that this subject holds. Imagine there is a paper which is made merely, like there is one dedicated paper which is intended to test a civil services aspirant's moral structure. How critical and vital it is to not only learn and understand that subject, but also be prepared for it well in advance. You must know how to handle this particular ethics paper efficiently and effectively. Until and unless you know that, it's very difficult. Even you would have heard a lot of toppers saying that today ethics, essay and optional paper play the most important role in your ranks, and which is in fact true. So you need to remember that such a kind of subject cannot be dealt in only one day. And why is that the case? That's the case because developing that morality or that moral attitude will become a part of your skill. It will not become a part of only your writing skill, but also your personality trait. Nevertheless, so for all these things that were non-existent or all these things which were not present, that is the exact place where we come in. At Mobishala, we had designed the course which is completely researched and strictly at par with the syllabus. What we had done is there is a huge number of animations flashing and keyword flashing that we have taken help of in order for instant learning. The syllabus, the material, the course is been researched and fine-tuned to the needs of UPSC, so you would never have a problem in aligning it to the needs of UPSC. The syllabus has been dealt extensively, as well as the micro syllabus is also dealt in a quite elaborate manner in order for you to handle any single question that UPSC offers you. Now you would ask that who am I? I am Abhimanyu Bisaria, Director of Ethixified IAS Academy. So Ethixified IAS happens to be the only academy in India dedicated to ethics paper of UPSC and specializes in the ethics of civil services examination. This brings to you a complete solution for ethics, and you would not need to wander here and there to learn ethics. So the complete source and material, everything would be provided to you, and those material and notes along with the classes. And classes are going to be really, really important. If you miss one class, that might mean a lot. Because we have concised the course so much, we have made the course so precise that in case if you are missing the class, do it at your own peril. There is a great amount of integration that we keep doing across the classes. So that is an important thing to understand over here. Well, nevertheless, coming back to the point, so that since that particular gap was existent, In order to close that gap, this whole course has been developed, and now there is if you want to refer to one single source, you'll find everything under one roof over here. And just in case if you want to have a glimpse of who all or whose inputs are being included in the class notes itself and the material, so you would find the inputs of people from Harvard Press writers, from world authorities like Daniel Goleman, like world's most influential brains like Peter Singer and all. So all these people, you will find it over there. Nevertheless, the course is yet to start, and I hope you have fun, enjoy your course, and next we'll meet soon. Thank you.